I'm just kidding. No, it's on. I'm just playing.
Yep, you guys can hear me.
Can hear you. Sorry, I was waiting for it to pop up
Right on.
on the website, so it'll be probably be a second. I was over at yarbo.com. I'm not seeing it yet, so with the live stream on though. But we can get started here. I'm sure some eyeballs will be filtering in. Obviously, welcome to Yarbo Live, a special edition. We don't come at you at nighttime too often, mostly because Ken and I are usually in bed at this time of night, so we don't really come at you guys this late. But it gives a chance for us to connect to some of our Yarbo users, potential Yarbo customers at a different time. Because I know a lot of you can't join some of my live streams in the daytime when maybe you're at work. The boss starts looking at you a little funny because you're watching some guy on TV playing with his robots or on your computer playing with the robots. So it's good to be back in. We are in the middle of our Black Friday push, and we're going to get going with some of that in a minute. We got some really cool giveaways because it's a special Yarbo Live, a couple extra giveaways that I don't normally do. So tell your friends if you guys are out there right now and you're like, you know what? I've been looking to buy a Yarbo. You're going to love some of the deals that are going to come at you pretty soon. And always I have Kathy with us. She's running things behind the scene. If you guys have any questions, get them in. She'll kind of filter them in for us, and then we can kind of get to them throughout the broadcast, or maybe towards the end. We could always do that as well. But if it's a poignant question to like what we're talking about, by all means, ask it away. We'll try to get it in there as quick as possible. If you hear Ken and I just sinking on a subject or something like that, ask a good question, leave a good comment. We'll come in. And since I mentioned him, let's introduce Ken. You guys all know Ken Coleman, one of the co-founders here of Yarbo. He's getting ready. He said he's getting ready for a big Thanksgiving family function tomorrow. So he's nice enough to join us tonight while he's getting ready for all that. So Ken, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Of course. These are always fun. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, you're perfect for it right now. You said your knee was a little banged up. So obviously you're probably grateful that your Yarbo's out doing all the yard work and cleaning up and doing all that fun stuff, especially.
Yeah, I am. I am for sure. Actually, oddly enough, I'm in Long Island, New York, and they're forecasting possibly 5 to 8 inches of snow Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So yeah, definitely counting on Yarbo more than I normally would.
I'll let you know because we're supposed to get that on Saturday and Sunday. So
Okay.
obviously that snow's kind of filtering in. Everyone at the office got excited today because I don't know if anybody's in the Chicagoland area today, and if this is coming your way, you guys watch out. We had about like 45-mile-an-hour winds today. It was just zipping. I think the temperature was like 40, but then they said with the wind was making it feel like 14 degrees. Now, you don't really see a drop like that, but that wind was crazy, and it started to dust up right when I was coming home from work today. It started to snow. I almost told Kathy it's starting to snow, but then she would have been like, grab the snowblower, we're going live, right away. So I was like going, no, I don't want to go outside right now. It's too cold, it's freezing. So yeah, like I said, if anybody's watching, here you go. I see the live up on Yarbo now. So I know we got some eyeballs in here today. We want to talk about, though, we are in the middle of our Black Friday push. So we started this on November 21st. I've seen a lot of people setting up their Yarbos in the communities online, normally on Facebook lately. Everyone's got questions. There's a lot of technology in it. It's a lot of new things this year with the Yarbo snowblower, and Ken will get to some of that in a little bit. Some of the new firmware updates, app updates, things of that nature. So I see a lot of you setting things up, and you guys have been in the community online and Facebook and all of those in general has been awesome. Like I see guys like Craig Wright or Scotty Grimes or those guys on there. As soon as people come on with a question, the Yarbo community is really good on being able to help people solve issues. So that doesn't come with all products. If you buy, let's say you buy I don't know, just anything in general. You don't get that online community like Yarbo. Yarbo users are PPU guys out there, like those guys like that. So rest assured, there's always somebody out there willing to help you with Yarbo, willing to help you, get set up, make it better. Here's what you can do to improve your pathways so I don't know. It just kind of makes me proud when I watch it on Facebook and I see the responses from the people on there. And it just makes me proud that we are in the midst of this huge, helpful community, which is always, if you guys hear me faltering on this, help me out. Send me tips, send me advices. I'm good with that. So, but we wanted to talk about some of those Black Friday deals right now. And also, though, before I really get into that, I wanted to tell you guys, uh, obviously, I've been doing this a lot lately with orders placed during the live stream. We've been doing the free snowplow blade with the purchase like of a snowblower. So obviously we have the free snowplow blade only during this live stream though. So you have to order it during the live stream. We're going to be on here over probably an hour, little hour plus, depending on how many awesome questions you guys. We are going to go to a snow lab in a little bit as well, so you guys can actually see the snowblower. Since that's really what everyone wants to talk about with me lately is the snowblower. I don't know about you, Ken, but everybody wants to know about the Yarbo snowblower,
Yep.
what it can do, how it can make their life easier. So really, the snowblower, kick, kick, kick. I think I maybe have. I think since I said we're getting the snow on Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna try to squeeze in really quick on Friday. We're gonna do a live stream. I'm gonna try to squeeze in. I got to pick up some leaves. I've been saving them for a live stream, but I also have one more like micro mulching mow with our Yarbo lawnmower. So I'm gonna try to squeeze that in on Friday as well. And then I'm going to convert my unit over to snowblower, and we're going to be good to go. Because if we are getting the 5 to 8 inches, like you said, I got to have that thing ready to go. So
Yeah.
yeah, during
Yeah.
the live stream, yeah. So during the live stream, we're going to do the free snowplow blade with all orders placed, and you won't see those in your cart though, because we got so many freebies right now. But it will be there, and just let you know that it'll show up, and if you don't see it within like a 24-hour period, I think Kathy said it will just email service@yarbo.com. So the free gifts are not added to the cart automatically when placing an order because different purchases are coming with different gifts and all that fun stuff like that for the live stream. So just allow it 24 hours for your order to process. You'll see the free gifts in there. And if you have, and if the rare case that you don't, just email service@yarbo.com and we'll get them in there for you. Not a big deal. And all core orders during this live stream come with the new back brace mount, which is really cool. I've been playing around with that lately. I noticed from when we did the launch of the trimmer till now, I see the changes on the back brace mount as well. A couple little small changes on there, obviously to suit the speed of the trimmer going on and off. So that's cool. I learned that nobody. I learned that on my own. Like I was searching for the back brace mount, and Kathy had shipped it to me. I'm searching. I'm searching the whole Chicago warehouse, which is huge, for the back brace mount, and I'm like, I'm going crazy. I'm like, I know she said it's set with the trimmer. Like it's and everybody, all the not everybody is familiar with the Yarbo as I am at the office, so not everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about, and they just know it by BBM. So I'm like going, yeah, the BBM. I'm like, yeah, the back brace mount. Just where's the back? And finally, I walked after 20 minutes. I mean, we searched the warehouse, we were searching everywhere, and I'm like going, well, I can't put the trimmer on if I don't have the new back brace mount. So we got to figure this out because it's not going on the old one. And sure enough, I walk by the office where one of the young ladies sits, and I look down at where her feet are, and I'm like, I see it as plain as day. It says back brace mount on it. But the problem is it looked exactly like almost the same size. It was a little bit bigger than the box that we have the mini Yarbos in. And
Yep.
it has a mini Yarbo on the box. So they assumed it was a mini Yarbo. And because it didn't say BBM on it, it said back brace mount. I was like, this is it. Like we had a great laugh. It was funny. But like I said, they're not hands on with the machine. I'm the guy that's hands on with the machine. So I don't blame them for not knowing what it was, but it was funny. But yeah, for each snowblower unit, you're going to get the snowplow blade. For any core, you're going to get the back brace mount. And for any lawnmower, we're going to throw in an extra set of blades. So that means if you got the Pro, you're going to get the straight blades. If you got the standard Yarbo lawnmower, original Yarbo lawnmower, you are going to get the micro mulching razor blades for that. So that's only during this live stream right now. So for the next hour. So if you were looking to order any of those lawnmowers or snow blowers or anything like that, and you want free gifts, I love free stuff. Now's the time to get on it. And that's just kind of like we're going to do Thanksgiving here in the United States tomorrow. That's just kind of the gravy. If you want to get to the potatoes and the meat and the potatoes of what we're doing here today, we're talking about our Black Friday deals. And because I got yelled at, we lowered our snowblower price $1,000 for Black Friday. And I appreciate you guys giving me the business when a deal's not good enough for you. You gave me the business and we lowered it down. You called me out. You called us out. I love it. So we brought it down $1,000, the snowblower and our original Yarbo lawnmower. We brought that down $1,200. Now, these are the biggest sales of the year. Don't yell at me. when they pass, and then you said, "Well, I was gonna buy it, but," and then you didn't buy it because you didn't. So don't yell at me this time, because I told you this is the best deals of the year right now. You're gonna want to get in on that snowblower. And then we have, we talked about our Yarbo Lawnmower Pro, which is kind of our new big batter lawnmower, I like to say, our more commercial grade lawnmower. We talked about it with the upgraded motors and the straight blades. All the bundles with the Yarbo Lawnmower Pro right now. And if you think, why do I need a lawnmower? We're pushing December. I mean, and not all places are equal here in the United States. You get below the Mason-Dixon line, people are going to be mowing all year round. So our Yarbo lawnmower, which is great for those tough southern grasses, our mowers, $800 off the bundles with the Yarbo lawnmower. The Yarbo Pro lawnmower, the Pro plus the trimmer, that's $800 off. All the bundles with the Yarbo Lawnmower Pro are $800 off. And this is only during Black Friday, and that deal's only running until December 1st. So think about that. You're going to get the $150 back brace mount, an extra set of blades. So that's $90 plus $150 plus the $800 off. And that's just till December 1st. So you're going to want to get that. And the same with the Yarbo snowblower. We're talking about, Ken and I were just talking earlier. We're talking maybe anywhere, well, you know how they are, but probably a half a foot of snow we're looking at here this weekend. And they talked about like a La Nina or whatever this winter, where we're going to get a lot of moisture. So probably a lot of snow. You're going to want to get that snow blower out. You're going to want to map it. I was just kicking myself today because I was like going, oh man, I got to map my driveway, and the temperatures are going to dip to like in the 30s, which you would think a guy from Michigan could handle that, but I don't know. It's kind of cold, but so yeah, now's the perfect time, since we're doing the special live, to get in on the I'm trying to see if which I'm watching down there. So get in on the free gifts and the deals. So even with your snowblower, that's $1,000 off. Plus you'll get the back brace mount for 150 and the extra snow plow blade worth $159. So that's a huge deal. Only during this live stream. Like I said, keep the questions coming. We want to talk about some of that. We want to talk about any of your questions. I know the big question I keep getting, and we can kind of touch on this real quick while people are thinking, because there might be some people out there, and I kind of have my answers, but I think Ken would be a good guy to answer this. We can kind of preview a quick question here. Ken, what's the best way for people to handle gravel driveways?
Sure. So, I mean, with a Yarbo, it is not that much different from a traditional snowblower. One of the nice things is normally with a traditional snowblower, you'll allow for like a frozen layer, right, to form. And you usually do that by setting the snowshoes as high as you can, right, on a two-stage snowblower. So with Yarbo, as you know, it has a linear actuator, which basically gives us the ability to raise and lower the height of the snowblower. And so what most users do is they set the snowblower height independently of the body, right? Automatically, just electronically in the app to about 1.5 inches, can go up to 2 inches. And on your first snowfall, that's going to give you a layer underneath of snow to work on, so that the snowblower is not constantly ingesting gravel, right? Same way you would with a traditional two-stage snowblower, except you don't have to actually physically adjust the snowshoes. It's automatic, right? You just pick their height. And then, second storm, third storm, when winter actually sets in, you'll have this frozen layer, and you'll be able to work on that. One thing with a gravel driveway you probably want to use are the studs for the tracks, right? So we have the quick change tracks. So you'll go from your turf track to your snowblower track or all-terrain track. Comes with the studs in it. So if you have a gravel driveway, I would definitely leave those in. And yeah, we actually have a lot of users that do very, very well on gravel driveways. So
comes with the studs in it, just like this live stream. No. I couldn't
Very
miss
kind.
that one. Dude. I couldn't miss that one. Yeah. And then another question I get quickly is and this is, I know this is a hassle even for my old Poro push gasoline snowblower, that either the city plow stuff at the end of the driveway or where you're pushing everything to the end of the driveway. Like what are some just tricks of the trade for that kind of snow when it comes to that?
Yeah. The berm that a plow leaves usually at the end of the driveway, whether it's gravel or whether it's asphalt, concrete. a lot of our users set up the end of the driveway as a separate zone, right? Or a separate area, I should say.
Hmm.
And you can prioritize that. So every time Yarbo goes out, it hits the end of the driveway first and then does the rest of it. And the reason for that is the plow might turn 3 inches into 9 inches at the end of your driveway, right? But if you're constantly kind of beelining it to the end of the driveway, addressing that, and then spending the rest of the time on the actual driveway. A lot of times, then it's very easy to stay ahead of the plow. The other thing is, if it really gets high, like 2 feet high above our intake, I have taken down like snow berms up to 4 feet high, and I raise the auger all the way up. Sorry, the snow blower all the way up, right? The module electronically. I'll drive forward manually, and basically you can climb right up. I
Yeah.
mean, most snow berms, right? You'll back up, you'll lower the auger down a bit, you'll do it again. And it's a robot, so it's not going to get tired, right? But that's a pretty cool way. So my in-laws actually live on a corner property, and the plows come and push all of the snow at the corner into the corner of the sidewalk. And so there was about a 4 or 5 foot snow mound there, and that's how actually I did it just to see if Yarbo could even do it, or if it would just go into overvolt and bog down. But actually setting the auger high, Yarbo naturally wants to ride up whatever you're facing it at. So that's how I would typically handle that. But the biggest thing is that at the end of the day, you can do that from the luxury of your living room, inside where you're warm, and just remote control it if you need to. Or again, just for the average driveway, just set it up as a separate zone. So it's always prioritizing the end of the driveway.
Yeah, I had the I don't I was doing a live stream yesterday and I had so much wet leaves like that the Yarbo was put. I had the leaf blower on to begin with, and then I was like, you know what, man, I had a little bit of time left, and I was like, I'm gonna take the mower pro out. We're gonna do a little bit of mulching with the leaves, and it actually is doing a really good job. The mower pro did. I mean, these were wet leaves though. It was pretty funny, and then I had a ditch. And they must have done a dig at one point, like a pipe or something, and then the ground settled. So it's a pretty good size like ditch, like where it goes in
Yeah.
and out. And so all the leaves were kind of collecting in there, and then the mower pro was pushing more because the piles were high. And I got to one section, and I mean it's wet. The turf's wet, the leaves are wet. The tracks are just soaked and covered in all
Wet
layer of
leaves.
leaves. Oh,
Yeah, like caked on.
it was the most fun I've ever had with the Yarbo, though. Besides the time I went with Kathy and we were the first time with the pro and we were cutting down 4 feet weeds and 5 feet, and she was just like a mad scientist, and I'm like, it was like Thelma and Louise. We just grabbed each other's hand and we went off the cliff together. But but yeah, no, but I had so much fun, and then it got into the ditch, so I got the tilt up, and it kind of stopped for a second, like it was because it was wet, it was spinning, and all of a sudden she just went spit through it, spit through the leaves and spit through everything. And I was like going, man, that is the most fun I've had at work in a long time, when you're just like, you're out here and like you said, testing, I like to think a part of my job too is to test the robots that I do have and make sure,
Sure.
not only just to come on here and show you guys, okay, here's a robot cutting a quarter acre flat, and here's some nice stripes, and here's this and that. I want to get on there sometimes and show people hands on. This is the boundaries you can push it to. This is what you can do. Shows you, like I tell people we launched in Australia, and I like when I think of Australia, I think of tough. I think of rugby. I think of Crocodile Dundee, or I
Yep.
think of tough. And honestly, when I think of Yarbo, I think of a tough mower, so I think that's like a perfect match, when it comes to that. But oh, sorry. So people were
Absolutely.
asking about the free gifts. You won't see them in your cart. They're not going to be added to your cart because there's different gifts for different bundles right now, and that's a lot of website changes. Give it 24-hour with your order. Put in your order. Give it 24 hours for processing. And you should see the order in there. If you don't, you should see the free gifts in there. Once again, that's any core unit gets the back brace mount for free. Any lawnmower gets an extra set of blades. And any snowplow gets, obviously the snowplow is a core too, so you're going to get the back brace mount and the snowplow blade as well, with the with the snowblower as well,
Blower.
and $1,000 off the snowblower, $800 off all bundles with the Pro, $1,100 off all bundles with our standard lawnmower, except the standard lawnmower and our snowblower is $1,200 off. So that's one of our kind of Black Friday BAM sales, just with the snowblower, same thing. Black Friday BAM sale. So you'll see that. And then if you don't see that in 24 hours, just send your order number to says right here, services at yarbo.com. Is it services or service at yarbo.com? I think it's services at yarbo. I guess it would be service. I might have been saying it wrong recently, so I might have got confused here. So yeah, so you guys know Ken, you know me, I'm Ryan with Yarbo. You guys talk to me on a daily basis. We're gonna get the Snow Lab up going here. Looks like probably in about 4 or 5 minutes we'll get the Snow Lab going here. You guys got a lot of questions and all that fun stuff going in, so I'm gonna try to talk. What's it say? Oh, somebody said they're ordering the Yarbo snowblower, blower module, and trimmer package. Regarding the new bendable RTK antennas, do I need one or two? Are the units are and Ken, you might know this, and you guys might know this. Is that going to be the standard practice with the units yet, or are we still with the? Because I see there on the website our high mount now RTK antennas. I think are the bendable RTK antennas. So I don't know what we're doing. Is like I've been kind of getting that question a lot about the bendable RTK antennas. I don't know if how much of production we're going in on those. If we're still using our regular RTK because really those were mostly for the mower, weren't they? Just because that was a
Yeah,
problem with the mower.
correct. I don't think they're with the cores yet. They'll be coming, but I don't believe they're like if you order today, you'll probably get the traditional short mount,
Okay.
high mount.
Yeah, and a lot of the orders, yeah, because those are kind of new. And we ship now. We ship out of the United States
Yeah,
for the
hey,
most
hey,
part.
Ryan.
That, huh?
The snow lab is up below us.
Oh, is
Sorry,
it?
guys, it's a little confusing because it's coming from a separate feed. Yeah.
Oh man, we got so much going on here. Well, yeah, I'm watching it on the. Okay, I got it on there. So you guys, this is
Yeah.
our, yeah, this is our snow lab you're seeing right here. But yeah, somebody asked if they need one or two high mount RTK. I'm sure. I don't know if they come in pairs either. That's what I was wondering. I was going to ask when you order. I would assume when you order the
No,
RT.
what
I
well
don't
with
know. I'd
that.
have to check.
Yeah, no, you're fine. The core comes with a high mount and low mount, so you're good.
Yeah. The core comes with the
Yeah,
high
you're
mount and
good.
low. You don't have to order those. If you do want
Yep.
the new bendable ones, you could order those as well. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so you
So
could see the snowblower kind of in action there. There might be a slight delay in our audio and then what we're describing in the actual snow lab because we are here in the U.S. and the snow lab is actually in our China snow lab, but at a different location, obviously different time zone. So, but in any case, you could see for right now it's blowing the snow from the left to the right, or from the right to the left. Sorry, on this screen, or top to bottom, I guess you could say. But with Yarbo, you can pick, you basically you draw around your, say, driveway. So you'll drive Yarbo around the perimeter of your driveway, and then you can actually draw with your finger on where you want to create the snow piles. You can control the angle of the chute. So meaning the vertical angle, so how high you want to throw the snow or how short you want to throw the snow. It has that adjustable module that it can move up and down. In the snow lab, it's actually extremely slippery. It's literally like working on a sheet of ice. So that actually is running the tracks with the studs in it. Um, we
yeah,
have
and now
cameras all the
yeah.
way around.
Sorry, Ken. I'm gonna real quick. I want
Go
to say
ahead.
somebody said they're ordering
Yeah,
the
yeah.
snow blower, and they want to know if they need to order the snow tracks. No, that comes with it. You don't need to order the tracks
Right.
separately. When you do order the snow blower bundle, you get the snow tracks with it. So don't worry about that. And you're gonna get the free plow blade
Yep.
today as well, and the
Yeah,
backwards head.
yeah. Yeah, so the core ships with our turf tracks, which are smooth, so that we don't damage the lawn when we're operating on it. But yeah, if you get a snowblower, we absolutely ship with the snow tracks with the studs in it, by the way. So if you have a gravel driveway or blacktop, it's up to you if you want to leave the studs in or not. Concrete, we don't recommend leaving the studs in unless you're working on ice because you could leave scrape marks in the driveway because that is going to give it pretty crazy traction. In most cases, you don't need it, but you can see Yarbo's operating here in a couple of inches of snow. And that's the beauty of really a robot, right? Being completely autonomous is that you want it to work through the storm. So you don't want to wait until, there's a foot of snow, although Yarbo can handle that. The idea is that you're going out every 2 to 3 inches and the other thing is you can let Yarbo basically use weather data, right, connected to the cloud, and then set up an auto schedule so that it knows when it's going to snow. It knows the hourly snowfall rate, and it will go out on its own and snow blow to keep up with the snow until the snowstorm or snow event ends. So
Yeah, somebody was asking about that too. So like I accidentally hit schedule on something when it first came. I switched over and it was like it went out and it was like I came out and there was a guy standing there watching the Yarbo snowblower, but it was doing a grass section that I had because it was like the last section or whatever. I think it was going, and it like because I had inadvertently when I was messing with the app, and I came out. I didn't yell at him, but I kind of thought maybe he was messing with my unit. I was like, did you send? And he didn't. And he was like, he just panicked and walked away from me. He didn't know what to say. He was like, and I forget how big I am coming at people. Sometime I'm like a bigger guy, and I'm like going, but I was like perplexed. I was like, dude, I didn't send it out. Did you guys mess with this, man? Did somebody send this out? You know, it was so funny,
Yep.
but yeah, so it was accidentally scheduled. Somebody said, so I'm ordering the snowblower, but not the mower, but ordering the trimmer. The trimmer works with the mower, I believe, right? Like that's the only you like because it said when I put on the trimmer, like you have to have the mower module on for the trimmer to work, right? Like I mean, that's what like
You can have the mower on, or you can have the Smart Assist module, the SAM
yeah, the
module.
SAM. Okay, so the
Either one.
standard core. Yeah, okay, you can
Yeah,
do that.
correct.
Yep.
Correct. Yeah.
So yeah, if you have the Smart Assist module, which is what's on front of our Yarbo core, then yeah, you can
Yep.
do the trimmer on with that. So definitely. But yeah, but then he said, well, do I have to change the snow tracks for summer? I would highly recommend not using the winter tracks on your lawn all summer. Like just
Correct.
like I highly recommend that. They can, but yeah, I would definitely have
Yeah,
the
the only time we run winter tracks, or we're starting to refer to them as all-terrain tracks, is like if we're
yeah.
doing like, almost like wild grass ranches, that type of thing, where you're going through some really rough terrain and you don't care about the terrain, so to speak, or damaging it. You care about like maximum traction, right? But for the average, say, homeowner, or even just turf applications where you're interested in cutting the lawn and the quality of the cut, absolutely the turf track. And one of the good things about, so to speak, our version 2, or what we've had out since 2024, anything you order today, right, comes with those quick release tracks. So yeah, if you remember with the older Yarbo, the older version, I should say, it was very cumbersome. You had to put in these rubber inserts, right, to make a track turf safe, if you want to call it that. With the new one, or the one we've had since 2024, you basically just a quick release. So 5 minutes aside, you can switch out a track. It's very, very simple. So
Yeah, very, very simple. Somebody said, can they still be purchased on Amazon? Yeah, but you're not going to get the free gifts. If you purchase through yarbo.com, you're going to get the free gifts. If you purchase through Amazon, though, it is $1,000 off for the snowblower. Then we have a couple other deals. You'll be able to see those on Amazon. If you feel like ordering through Amazon, and you want the peace of mind through Amazon, just maybe some of the guarantees through Amazon too. You can do that as well. But yeah, through yarbo.com right now, you're going to get the free gifts like the plow blade and the back brace mount. And you're going to want that plow blade with your snowblower anyways. It just comes in handy for some of that wet snow if you need to push things. And you can do some other projects with it as well if you need to clear out some space or clear out some stuff with the plow blade. Maybe you got a beach at home, you just want to pave it over. I was talking to a guy the other day. He said his son-in-law for his grandkid, I think it was, is like they have a hockey rink. So they want to use the Yarbo out on
that's
like the
awesome.
hockey rink to clear. So
Yep.
I was
Yep.
like, that's awesome. I was like, you got to send pictures. You got to send video though. I want to see
So
videos.
yeah, I have a friend of mine who has a backyard ice rink, homemade, for her daughter, and she wants to use a Yarbo to blow the snow off and then tow. I think they tow like a container full of water to act as like a
Huh,
Zamboni machine.
that's
And so
awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
really.
and don't forget if you guys want, you can if you do something like that and you got your snowblower out, you got your snow plow out. We do have our Yarbo journey going on right now on at yarbo.com. We're giving away. All you have to do is post a picture or video on social media, hashtag it my Yarbo journey, and then go to yarbo.com. Go to the Explore, hit Explore. You'll see my Yarbo journey, and you can just fill out where you posted it, so we can go take a look at it because we might miss it. So go fill that out. And then we're giving away, I believe it's
Yeah.
$1,000 gift cards, 10 $500 gift cards, and $250 gift cards. Does that sound about right?
Yep, yep. I just want to answer this person's question because
Yeah,
we've
go
asked
ahead.
this
Yeah,
a few
go.
times, but
Jump in
it's not
anytime.
completely. Yeah, so Sweet Kebab, I love these names, by the way, um, was asking, I'm ordering the snowblower with a cement drive and walks. Do I need to order the snow track? So I think we did mention this, but the snowblower tracks. So the snowblower tracks come with studs in them, and they come with the snowblower module itself. So that comes in a separate box. So because you can get Yarbo's core in it, you'll get that in a different box. The Yarbo core comes with the turf tracks, the smooth tracks on it. So you'll spend 5, 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes if you're doing it for the first time to switch the tracks when you get it. But the snowblower, when you get that in the box with the module of the snowblower, has all-terrain snow tracks with studs in it, and we give you the tool to remove the studs if you want them to. So if you want to do that, so I hope that answers that. But basically, if you're ordering the Yarbo core, which you have to order, right, and then the snowblower module, you'll have everything you need, and you'll also have turf tracks in case you want to run it on your lawn.
Yeah, and somebody said, hello, a couple of weeks ago, I think you had a 5-in-1 package with several free add-ons. Is that deal still available? That deal was a little bit different, but this deal is a lot better, actually. Um, the price, like the add-ups for this deal is actually better when you consider the back brace mount and the blades. So we got the extra blades, we got the back brace mount with the core, and if it's a 5-in-1, then you're getting a free snowplow blade as well. So that adds up to more. I think the giveaway add the last time we did it, it added up to about, I think with the 5-in-1, it was about $296. So if you want to do the math right now, the back brace mount 150, the extra plow blade 160, and the extra set of blades worth 90. So yeah, so that's like almost like what $300 right there. Completely free with your orders. Plus, the pricing is better now than it was a couple weeks ago. So there's that factor in there too. So not only are you getting all that free stuff, which is awesome, we love free stuff, but the best thing we could do for you was bring the pricing down. That's the thing people ask us all the time. Can you bring the pricing down? Can you bring the pricing down? So now we've actually done it for Black Friday. We brought the pricing down. So now it's your turn to go. Oh, now it's your turn to take advantage of the deal right now. So, and during this, all the free stuff that I just talked about is only during this live stream, placed during this live stream. Once again, you won't see it in your cart, but give it 24 hours for the order to process. Go take a look at it. It should be all there in your order process because it's all. Not only is it like it's just different bundles with different free things and stuff like that. So it's like trying to
Yeah.
track that. So
Someone was asking if I'm looking at the core snowblower bundle, are there any additional savings to add the leaf blower? Yeah, there should be. Usually the more modules you're adding, the bigger the bundle, the bigger the discount.
yeah, and you can see them all. Go to yarbo.com, check out the Black Friday. Just click on the Black Friday. It'll say take advantage of whatever the offer right now. Click on that Black Friday. You'll go down there. I can even pull it up right now. We can talk about it real quick. I'll get the agenda up. As you guys can watch, that's our two-stage Yarbo snowblower right there.
Yeah, the other thing I want to point out, which just gets important, when you're seeing Yarbo operate, you can see at the bottom there how cleanly it scrapes the ground. And that's because we do have the ability to lift that module up and down. So on cement, on blacktop, really the only thing this doesn't apply to is gravel, is that we're able to basically have the benefits of a single stage snowblower, and that we're doing a clean scrape to the pavement or whatever the hard surface is. And if we detect an unlevel area, we'll know that. We'll raise the snowblower module up. We'll pass that by an inch or two or a few centimeters, and then we'll lower the actual module all the way back down to the ground. So we're always getting a clean scrape, the closest to the ground. So that's pretty cool, because with a traditional two-stage snowblower, you're setting it to the highest point of your driveway. You're always kind of going to leave a film behind. So that's a pretty nice benefit.
Yeah, there it is right there. You just asked. So the leaf blower and the snowblower bundle with the core is $1,100 off right now. Don't forget, we also have a 30-day money-back guarantee, 45-day replacement, financing. I think it was 0% interest for 6 months. Financing options as well. So yeah, so I wanted to look that up for them. Yeah, anything. So that's $1,100 off. Plus, you're going to get with the snowblower, you're going to get the free snow blade today and the back brace mount with that too, since it's a core order. So I'd take advantage of that because that's $1,100 off. Plus another $300 worth of freebies just for the Black Friday and just for this live stream right here. So yeah, definitely take advantage of that. I have not even got over to the YouTube yet. I feel bad, like I'm neglecting you guys. We got a lot of platforms. I should have brought more phones today. I left
I see here that same person was asking, Sweet Kebab, I live in a subdivision with neighbors next to me. Am I able to tell the app where not to blow the snow? So actually, the way you tell it where not to blow the snow, one is the height, right? So you can easily just set the minimum and the maximum height and keep them low so that Yarbo will only blow, 5 or 6 feet to one side, right? Or both sides, however you want to do it. The other thing is when you have your map, so to speak, outlined your area of your driveway, you're picking with your finger and you're highlighting where you want to create snow piles. And in effect, that's controlling where the snow is thrown. So you should be absolutely okay with neighbors that are close to you on each side.
Yeah, and don't forget, somebody asked how far is it be that one with how far is it being thrown? It can throw snow up to what, 40 feet, I think it is.
Yeah,
That's what I
for
said.
sure. 40,
Yeah, we have
45 feet if it's powder, and
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to throw it that far.
Yeah, we have a shoot rotation then of -10 to 190 degrees, deflector -5 to 55 degrees. So you can really kind of pick and choose. As far as like maybe it's a day when it's windy, you can go in and adjust things in your settings, your work settings. You can go and adjust it. You can change up. Like I like to do multiple maps on all my stuff anyways. I have a map for every single. I think the one around the office, I just finished my like 76 or 75th. Like it's insane. I'm gonna delete them all. Well, it's easier. It's easier for me to do a new map before I do a live stream than it is for me to remember the work settings that I had,
Oh, well,
like to
that's
go
yeah,
in there. So
that makes
I'm to
sense.
the
Yeah.
point where I have so many maps now that I'm like going, I just got to create a new one because this is. And then once lawn mowing season's done here shortly, I'm gonna erase all of them and just start mapping out driveways and stuff like that. Since we do have snow coming this weekend, I definitely I got to get out
So I
there. I
guess
was
though in the new app though, you can just tag, right, the module that you're using, and then
yeah.
only those areas will show. So you won't have to delete your maps anymore.
Yeah, 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 good. Yeah, because it's getting out of hand. And then I try to show people an example, and I show my phone on there, and it looks like a etch a sketch, like some 4-year-old did an etch a sketch. It's just like mad, like so. But I don't know. It's kind of fun though. It's kind of fun process. And like I said, I do different live streams for different things. So sometimes I'll have a map for, when I set up like object avoidance on the Pro, and that was a question I saw come in too. Since I know we're talking snowblowers a lot. You guys see the two-stage snowblower going right there, the Yarbo one. But some people were talking about the difference between our original Yarbo lawnmower and our Yarbo lawnmower Pro, and I try to just explain to them. The Yarbo Pro is more of a commercial grade lawnmower meant for those tougher grasses. We up the motors underneath from what 150 to 300 watts. The cutting
Yep.
range now, instead of going from 4 to 1.2, it goes from 4 to point 0.8. Opened up the deck underneath. You still get the same like 20-inch cuts, beautiful lines, all that stuff like that. But and then while it does still come with the two disc and the like the micro mulching 5 blades on each disc, it comes with the
Straight base.
two blades, wing blades, I should say, to create. They create a lot more uplift. I would say I can definitely see a big difference as far as like mulching. I've seen a bigger difference with the Pro a little bit
Yeah,
because it
yeah.
just
And that's
has a little bit
really,
more
yeah,
uplift.
yeah. And if you care about, mulching leaves, the Pro is definitely better. If you also live in an area where, um, like maybe the state of Washington and you get rainy seasons where you have to cut in the rain, the Pro is a very good fit for that. Then there's specialized applications like solar farms and, maybe soccer fields and things like that. Or like in New Zealand, they have a specific kind of grass that grows like an inch and a half overnight. So they
Kikuyu.
can't.
It's like
There
Kikuyu
you
or
go.
Kikuyu. I had to
Yeah,
learn.
something like that.
I've
I
been doing
wasn't gonna
live
say it
streams
because
for
I would butcher
Australia
it, but
lately. I'm
you're a
always like,
brave
I always
man.
lead too. I say g'day. I do all
Yeah.
that fun stuff. I eat a Vegemite sandwich. I'm doing all that fun stuff. But yeah,
Yep.
no, I had to learn all these Australian grasses. So,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. That's
yeah,
it.
no, I
Yep.
know that's like a little shop of horrors thing. An inch overnight, an inch plus overnight.
Yeah,
Wake
yeah.
up and you're like, where's Fluffy? Like where's
Right,
Fluffy? It's
right,
like the
correct.
grass.
Buried. Yeah,
Yeah,
the grass
yeah,
ate it. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
like we were talking about, I know I mentioned it before. I don't want to beat you over the head with this. These deals are only going though for these deals are going from November 20th. I think we launched them to December 1st, which is great because that's my wedding anniversary, and I cannot forget it this year now because I'll know exactly when it is because our sale is up on December 1st. So I already have it in, so and no, I'm not gonna get my wife a Yarbo this year for our wedding anniversary. I don't think so.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I know. She'd probably be happy. She'd probably be happy. Uh, I did see though. I saw another, and I don't want to name the company. Articles pop up with these robotic lawnmowers though, and I did see another company trying to come out with one, and it was like they said the price tag was $32,000 for a robotic lawnmower, and I'm like going, man, don't ever complain about our prices. Like our prices are great, man. Like, and
I have
especially,
to say though, this time of year, it's really cool because most almost all autonomous lawnmowers, if you live in an area that experiences winter, right? They're all being put away for the winter. So
yep,
you're winterizing them, you're cleaning them, and you're going to put them away for 5 months, 6 months, whatever it is, right? And this is kind of where Yarbo does a lot of things, but it is the world's first and right now only autonomous snowblower. So this is really cool, and it's been our third year now. And
yeah.
every year by the beginning of the season to the end of the season, the software team just does amazing things with the feedback from the community.
Yep.
And so that I'm really, really looking forward to. I mean, the first year we launched, we could blow snow from the left to the right. That was it, or left to right, right, top down, one side to the other, basically. Now we have so many complex modes from like rectangles, your typical rectangles, squares, to circular driveways, to sidewalk mode, pathway mode, independent auger heights for all of that, independent throw directions for all of that. Ton of customizations that came from the community. So super excited to see what this winter brings as far as feature requests and things like that we could bring into the real world. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's probably fun and frustrating on your part, on your side, but it's fun. It's fun for users and it's fun for that. It's fun to see all that stuff. But like, I mean, how fast and how that pace that things are just, especially with Yarbo. I was out there doing I was out there working outside the other day, and I realized, I was like, I'm using a Lawnmower Pro, and I'm using a trimmer. I'm running plans with them, and they didn't exist when I started at the company in January. And I'm like out here working real world using these, and they're out there, and every like the only other modular yard system I see right now is a Kickstarter. And I'm like, Yarbo's out there, like we've always been willing to be first. We've always been willing to be out there and maybe take some punches, and say, okay, and then also to listen and say, hey, we are out here, but how can we make it better? How can we
Yep.
make it better for you? And we send everything out to our product pioneers, and they test things out. I'm testing things out when I get things in my hand. Everyone's out there doing that, and then real world feedback comes back. Because at the end of the day, if your Yarbo's not out there working and doing what we want it to do and what you want it to do, then it's no good for us. We're not happy with
Yep.
that ever. So, and that's another thing you mentioned that too. I was just thinking about that, and about how all those other lawnmowers are about ready to go up on the shelf, if they're not already up on the shelf, at least for the next 4 or 5 months, probably until April. But you might be going, well, I don't get snow, so it doesn't really matter to me. Like I don't, but don't forget the whole towing package, on the
Yep.
Arbo as well. If you have big property, we were up at my uncle's farm up in Wisconsin a couple of weeks ago. He's got 3 acres. You know, he's got big tractors and stuff like that on his farm. But it was, and my teenager got on one, on his big 0 point big mower. Like and like he had to run over, and they use it to go get wood for their fire and bring it back over. So you load up the front end of it, bring wood over, for the fire and stuff like that. And I'm like, think about that. Those are just practical uses that you can use with the Yarbo itself. So you might not get snow, but you're going to be able to tow things all year round. You're going to be able to move
Yep.
things around your property, mulch, firewood, you name it. You can tow
We
it.
yeah, we just cut down some trees actually, and we used, a dump cart basically, towed it with Yarbo and used follow me mode, so that, I would cut things down with a chainsaw and then dump it in the dump cart and have Yarbo, bring it to the road for us. And it was a huge time saver and just, not exhausted at the end of the day, right? Which is nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and I feel like sometimes the tow package gets kind of lost, but
Yeah,
the fact that it has the ability to do that is
yeah,
amazing.
I will say that is one of the challenges with marketing. Because Yarbo can do so much,
Yeah.
it's a lot of education, right? Follow me mode, patrol mode, um, you know, tow mode being, standard is just if you buy a Yarbo core, right?
Yeah.
And then all these other functions on top of that, the snow blower, the optional plow, the lawnmower, the leaf blower, the trimmer, right? So,
Yeah, so we said, does
uh,
the Pro Mower have a more powerful core All our system runs off the same core now. That's our Yarbo core. Our Pro goes on there. Our trimmer goes on the back. Our leaf blower goes on there. Snow blower goes on there. Snow plow on the front. They all run off that same Yarbo core. There's no, I always see things out there like people are like, oh, you gotta wait for the Pro core, or you gotta wait for this, or it's like we're all running off this. It's all the same thing right now. We're all running off this core model right here. This is our beast. This is just what you see working here in that snow. That's the exact same core
Yeah.
that's going to cut your grass, run the leaf blower, tow things all around your property. That's our same Yarbo core. So
Yeah. And I just wanted to mention, someone had a question because it's about the snowblower. The snowblower's running in the background, but can I tell the snowblower to float at a certain height above the driveway? So
yeah.
we don't have a true float mode. If you're thinking of like a hydraulic plow, right, might float along the terrain and
Okay.
follow the actual terrain, but we have a fixed height, right? So you could say, okay, I want it set to, a half inch. And if you set it to half an inch, it's still going to detect if something's higher than a half inch, and it will, again, back up 2 inches, raise the auger height above that, drive forward, and then lower it back down to half an inch. But we don't truly float in that sense. So, and the biggest reason for that is we didn't want people to have to constantly adjust the snowshoes. So.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. And you guys, somebody's freezing in this snow room right now. So we definitely want to
Yeah,
acknowledge that they're out here.
yeah.
We're doing things. There's somebody working. Obviously, it's not going autonomous in this. Looks like a parking garage turned snow. Oh man, allergies kicked in now. Part. I was telling Kathy, I haven't been down in this office because I go into the office. I haven't been down to this home office in the longest time. And my teenage son turned it into our stepson turned it into a gaming room. And I'm like, I came down and I was like, I guess I haven't even peeked in here in months. And I came in, it was like food wrappers. It's like, go no, I can't do this. I got to do it live tonight. But it's funny. He loves it. It's his little gaming room. He's down here playing his PlayStation 5 and stuff like that. And
There you
yeah,
go.
speaking of gaming too, yeah, get ready for those the Yarbo manual controller too, man. We'll be out with that. So don't forget,
Yep.
real quick, guys, we are running our Black Friday special right now. During the live stream, we're going to throw in, if you buy a core, we're going to throw in a free back brace mount. Plus, if you buy the mower, we're going to throw in either mower, we're going to throw in an extra set of blades. And if you do buy anything with the snowblower package, you're going to get the free snowplow blade. And any core comes with the back brace mount. So that's the snowblower as well. So don't forget to do that. You won't see them in the cart. Give it 24 hours for your order to process so everyone can add all that in and add it up. And then it should be there in 24 hours when it comes to that because it's a complicated thing to have people come in and change the whole like try to figure out the website on that kind of stuff just during the live stream for an hour and a half. So yeah, definitely get in on that. And then what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, if I don't say this, I'll get in trouble. No, I won't get in trouble. I'm just kidding. We are always looking for dealers, though, folks. They always have to remind me because I want to talk about the Yarbo all the time. But they did want me to tell you guys you can go to our Yarbo website. You guys can check. If you want to find a dealer, you can find a dealer on there. If you want
Yep.
to become a dealer, feel free to reach out. Is it dealer@yarbo.com? I think is the email, or did we change it to? I know, but
It's dealer or dealers, but it's on the website.
yeah, it's on the website. So I wanted to mention that because I always forget I don't always forget. It's just not on the top of my head when I'm talking about savings and talking about deals. And honestly, all I'm thinking about is the turkey I'm going to eat tomorrow, anyways. I'm going to eat turkey and just get, well, yeah, let me know. Comment too. What's your favorite dish? Thanksgiving dish. I had a person the other day said pernil, which is a Puerto Rican pork, which I love. It's near and dear to my family. We love that. My wife is Puerto Rican from New Jersey, so she's like that's a deal. Now I got to make that for Christmas though. So the pressure's on me, the big German guy, to make Puerto Rican pork for Christmas. So we'll see how it goes
Yeah.
out. I think I'll get it done, but I love it, and I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. Just to take a day, be grateful, be thankful of everything that we do have and stuff like that. But so yeah, and then keep the questions coming. I know we've kind of gone off. We're talking about somebody said how much is the tow package? I don't really. That's not really. Well, if you buy the core today, you're getting the tow back brace mount free. So I mean, it's part of the like with the same. You see the like when you buy the trimmer bundles, you'll see it the 5 and 1 yard robot bundles. You can see the toe, you can see the toe hitch, you can see the back brace mount, you can see the trimmer. This one is our standard lawnmower, our snowblower, leaf blower core. Anything with our standard lawnmower, our original Yarbo lawnmower, I don't even know what to call it anymore. Our Yarbo lawnmower is $1,100 off. Anything with the Pro is $800 off. But we do have one bundle with the snowblower and the lawnmower for $1,200 off. And our snowblower right now is $1,000 off. So that's the lowest price I've seen it. It's actually selling for what the normal price of the core sells for. So you're literally getting a free two-stage snowblower with the core plus a free plow blade and a back brace mount. So that's the lowest price. Like that's awesome. We wanted to do that for you guys though. Black Friday deals. You can get that price on Amazon too, but you're not going to get the freebies on Amazon. But if you like the peace of mind of ordering through Amazon, by all means, order through Amazon. It's cool. And yeah, so yeah, and is the snowblower still? I
Somebody,
see it. Look at that.
yeah, someone was just asking. I asked about the float because my driver will be hard pack and not blacktop. So yeah, you're absolutely fine. You would just set your module height for the snowblower to either 1.5 inches, or you could set it to 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, all the way up to, I believe it's 2 inches. And a lot of actually a lot of our users work on hard pack and not blacktop and concrete. I mean, we have a very diverse bunch, but it does very, very well with gravel
Yeah, we have a
and
lot of
hard
users
pack.
with we have a lot of users with rural property. And then like I said, I know some users who have, maybe it's paved in one area and not paved in the other area, so obviously different, different things going on with their property. So we like to think of Yarbo a lot of times for people with right now for people with like, big yards, big driveways, just trying to, your big yard, your free time, trying to free up their free time. But like I don't know too many people with like massive acreage that they don't that doesn't have some gravel road somewhere or some sort of
Yep.
pathway or something
You
like
know what?
that.
It's interesting because this is probably the only. It's not the only time of year, but it's definitely a big part of the year where we can actually sell to a lot of smaller yards, only because people hate the snow, right?
Yep.
And when I say
Yep.
that, not playing in the snow, sleigh riding in the snow, but snow removal, right? So if your biggest pain point is snow, you have a small yard, you very well will, could get the Yarbo with the snow blower and then get the lawnmower because for $1,000 more, right? You'll get a
Yep.
lawnmower that can do 6 acres. If you only have a quarter of an acre, it still doesn't really matter, right? Because you can't really get a, a, a modular robot, period, but you can't get an autonomous lawnmower, right? Single task for really $1,000 with all of these features. Um, so anyway, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
no, it's funny you say that. I was talking to a guy stopped me the other day. I was outside of the office and I don't know what I was doing. I was just uh he had come through our office. He worked for a company that's connected to the building, that other company there. And he came through and he was like yeah, I'm really like he wanted to see the snowblower in action. Because he had driven by it in the morning and I had just set up a unit outside because we were just converting over. And he stopped me. He lived in Ann Arbor, which obviously I'm a big Michigan fan. So I was like, oh, Ann Arbor? Yeah, of course. Like, yeah, we started talking. And I saw Ken yawn, man. That was it, Ken. We're done. No,
no.
first one to yawn, and we're out. I know
We're
it's
good.
like the tryptophan's kicking in already. I'm ready to go. But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, no. So he
Turkey coma.
stopped, and I did like about an hour demo for him. Just talked with him, walked him through. He didn't have a massive property or anything like that in Ann Arbor. He had a good sized house, made a good living, but he just hated shoveling and hated being out in the snow. And I think that's like a lot of our just a lot of our base right now is people that either let's be honest with this, like I a man of my age probably shouldn't be out shoveling too much. Like I'm not young, I'm not old, I'm not young. I'm just reaching that age where they recommend, yeah, probably don't go out there in the snow and start shoveling. I have neck issues, I have, all that stuff like that. I don't need to be, they make these snow shovels so big now that, one swoop and you got 45, 50 pounds on them and you're cranking on your back, you're doing all that stuff. So I always like to tell people, yeah, man, you can just have the Yarbo do this. You can sit inside, have your coffee in the morning. I like to say, maybe your wife's got to bring the kids to school. She's got to go to work. You got to go to work. It's nice that you can schedule the Yarbo to go out. You know you have a big snowstorm coming, like I'm sure Ken will in a couple days. He knows he's got snow coming. He'll probably schedule the Yarbo, go out, clear out the driveways, clear out that stuff. I don't know if you guys clear them out at the office over there or not. There's always a lot of cars in there, but I don't, but it's like I know definitely I'll be clearing a lot of stuff out and it's gonna be fun. So, but now is the time to get it though, because we got snow on the horizon. I think we're going to get a lot of snow this winter. So now's the perfect time to get it. Not only is it $1,000 off, but you also get the back brace mount and the free snow plow blade with the snowblower right now at $1,000 off. So, um, sorry, one second. Things are beeping. Let's check out a couple more questions while we're doing this. I'm going to have to get into the, yarbo.com though. I'm sure there's a bunch of questions on there. Have you been watching that one, Ken? I've been over on YouTube. Any deals for existing cover, like trimmer pre-order blade or mower pro? We did have that. We did offer a really sweet deal when the trimmer was launched to our existing customers, and obviously we want to take care of our existing customers as well. The mower pro is on sale right now. The module. So you asked about the mower pro. The module is actually on sale, and like in the trimmer and the pro is on sale. So our modules are on sale as well. So you can check those out at yarbo.com too. Kathy's messaging me. I better make sure I didn't say something wrong. Here we go. Oh, here's some questions. She's giving us questions. I see. Oh, here's the problem. Look how little these are. I'm like, woof, these are little. All right, let me see if I can blow these up real quick. I did go get my eyes checked the other day, and he was like, because I have to wear glasses like all the time now, and he's like, yeah, it should level off though. Like it's gonna level off. Like you're not gonna go any more blind than you already are. I'm like, because I told him I was like, I hit 45, and it was like, just goes down. It's like maybe that's the age our eyes are supposed to be. And I was like, I didn't think it was gonna happen. I used to listen to all those old timers be like, no, I'm fine. I can do whatever. Now it's like I come home from work driving it's dark now at 4:30, and I'm like tracers all over the place, like going, oh man, am I getting pulled over? Like what's going on behind me here? So yeah, Kathy's sending in some questions. How long does a charge last for the snowblower? Ken, you can answer that one. I mean, I know the answer to it, but you can, if you want to talk about that real quick, if you know you know.
Yeah, sure. So I believe it's 5 inches of snow is about an hour and a half. So it's got a very, very big battery in it, 30 amp hour battery. Um, but again, if you're only moving an inch of snow and you have the auger set to what we call quiet mode, where it just spins at a lower RPM because you're moving less snow, it'll probably run for 2 hours. But an hour and a half, you could definitely depend on that for sure. And that's about, I believe, 6,000 square feet.
Yeah,
So
1 inch.
6,000 square feet,
Six
hour and a
thousand square
half.
feet at 1 inch, like 2,000 square feet at like 5 inches. I believe it's right around there. Those are the numbers. I think that's what
Yeah.
we say.
Yep.
But I mean, I've had it out during
And
polar
that's and
vortex.
that's
Yeah.
that's with the auger running on high. So typically, if you're only moving an inch or two or three, you don't need the auger set to high. I don't have those numbers, but you would definitely extend the battery life beyond that. I mean, I think the the biggest driveway I know that Yarbo has handled is, I believe, 600 feet long, which is a long driveway.
Yeah, yeah.
Not what we intended when we set out to make Yarbo. But yeah, the average driveway, I haven't really had had anyone say that it couldn't do it, right?
Yeah.
Even if you
And
broke it
don't
up into two.
forget, and don't
But
forget, if it will go back and recharge itself when it hits you can set it to a 20%, 15, whatever. It'll go back, clear off its docking station, recharge itself, get to an 80%, and then come back out and start working again. So it's not like, oh, it's dead. I'll see you on Tuesday. It's like, no, it's dead. It's going to go back and charge quick. Not quick, but I mean, it'll charge fairly fast for a robot. It'll get to 80% and it'll come back out and it finished the job. I've had it out for over an hour and a half during a polar vortex. And I always like to say I had two iPhones, and the iPhone batteries were so cold that the iPhones died before the actual battery on the while I was doing live stream on the actual snowblower. But here I want to ask a quick question. Let's just say this one's from Ryan in Chicago. Uh, what's like? Remember, I lived in the city for 20 plus years before I moved out here like a couple years ago. So I am part of me still a city slicker. when it comes to doing lawn care and stuff. What's the reverse auger for, Ken? What is that for on the app?
So that would be, I mean, typically the only use cases for that would be if you're manually driving Yarbo and you suck up, I mean, this is pretty rare nowadays, but a
Get rid of.
newspaper, right? Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So anything that would wrap around the auger, you can reverse it. So, um, actually something that we're working on, kind of related to that is the leaf blower. The leaf blower has a front intake, and sometimes when you build up a
yeah,
ton of leaves, they can stick to the front intake, so we'll be able to run that in reverse just very briefly at a very low RPM to blow the leaves off the intake. So snowblower uses it again if you ingest something, maybe I don't know, a string of Christmas lights. Again, anytime an incident like that happens, 9 out of 10 times, it's because someone's operating Yarbo manually. And if you
yeah,
operate Yarbo manually, you can pretty much do whatever you want with Yarbo, good and bad. Um, so other than that, though, if you go into like hard pack, ice. I mean, for demos, we actually use bags of ice, and Yarbo chews right through it. But if you hit a block of ice or a brick, the first thing Yarbo's going to do is go into overvolt to try and protect itself.
yeah.
If you're manually driving it and you continue to ram it into, say, a brick, it then the shear pin's going to break, right? And you'll just replace the shear pin, in a minute, the same way you would with a traditional, two-stage blower.
Off the wall question: Can the Pro climb standard stair steps? Oh
No.
man, I'm getting the visual of that. I have
I mean,
taken it up some big curbs. Like
well,
I've
right.
curbs,
So
not
it's not
steps.
yeah, yeah, correct. It's not going to take the first step on it. So and again, it depends, right? With the Smart Assist module, yeah, you probably can. Most things you can actually climb up in reverse because it has the highest approach angle in reverse.
Yeah.
Um, but autonomously, will it get up a standard step? No. If you helped it up the first step, would it climb the other ones? Probably. Do we recommend it? Absolutely not. But then again, it's your Yarbo.
I'm smelling a Rocky Balboa commercial, like just
Yeah, yeah, right.
running
Yep,
up the
yep,
stairs
yep,
with the
yep.
Yarbo. I
Yeah,
will
playing
say
Eye of the
I
Tiger
learned the
through its
lesson the hard way
speakers.
yesterday when I tried to I was reversing but with the snowblower module on, and I didn't I it's my fault. I didn't have it straight. I had it like at an angle, and it just kind of went curved up and went like kind of back this way because I didn't. So then when I took it at like a straight angle going reverse up it, it went up the curb and got to where it needed to go. But I did that with a couple different things. Like I definitely hit things at a straight angle versus trying to hit them sideways. I did that with the Pro too, and almost tipped it when I was going up a big curb too. So the majority of times things get broken on these, it's user error, I will say, and it's usually Ryan's error during a live stream where I'm like going, "Oops, I just did it." But I mean, that thing's been a beast for me, so I have no complaints. Somebody asked, I really want to know when the back brace mount is going to be shipped. That was something too that I noticed too when I obviously that's being shipped and that was changed because the trimmer was changed. I assume, right, Ken? The design on it because the trimmer, actual knobs on the trimmer were how it slides in were changed. I noticed
Yeah,
that. I
those
learned that the hard
pins.
way when I was trying to mount it because I didn't know. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
so I think you had a right. So you test as well. So we're testing our pre-production unit, which had two long screws you would put in. And one of the feedback from our PPP group or product pioneer group, that is a group of about 80 users that test hardware and software for us. They had basically said, "Hey, I want to be able to take this off quicker." And really, we probably should have saw that right in development ourselves.
yeah,
When we want to use no tools whenever we can. We don't want to have to use tools, right? So now it's just push pins,
yeah.
as I'm sure you've seen now. So way just quality of life kind of improvements, as I would call it. But
Yeah, it's way faster. It just seems a little easier. I will say too, how on the trimmer too, how you like change like it's so much easier now to like just turn the knob and change it from like originally we had it from 4 to 3 to 2. Like but now it's literally just lift it up and it's like click click click. You just click it into place now. How much easier it seems to be like to go from now 4 inches by quarter inches down to 2. You can adjust it. I will say the improvements on the trimmer from the original one, like that I've tested out and all of that stuff like that is really there. So yeah, so it like they could have shipped the back brace mount really at any time, but the problem was it wouldn't have been the one that would have we originally started wouldn't have been compatible with today's trimmer, and then probably future modules, I assume, as well as we evolve and move forward. So it's not an issue of the back brace mount itself. It's just that it's just that it changed. And I know I told a gentleman that on the live the other day, and I learned that from experience too. So I'm learning stuff as we go along. Any dealers in Southwest Michigan for service or repairs? That you can go find those at yarbo.com. If you don't see one, by all means, if you want to be one, let us know. We would love that too. And says, when you map out a property, does the system automatically know the direction to shoot, whichever side is closer, or do you have to tell the system for the direction? Ken, you can explain that if you'd like to.
Yeah, sure. So so it's not a traditional direction in the sense, and I'll give you an example. So again, as I said in the beginning, when we launched Yarbo, we could blow the snow from one direction to the other. So left to right, right to left, top to bottom, that type of thing. A lot of users said, hey, you know what? Maybe when you come out of my driveway or my house and you're, looking out towards the road, maybe I have a walkway going up to my house and I don't want the snow there, right? Maybe I have a neighbor directly to the right of me. I, live in maybe like brownstone buildings. I don't want to throw snow to the right of me, but I want it I want to create a pile in just this section of my driveway on the left-hand side, halfway up the driveway. Well, after you make your map, you would just highlight, it's going to ask you where you want to create piles of snow, and you draw that with your finger. So to give you a simple example, if it was a rectangle and you want to throw the snow in the top left corner, hope this might be mirrored, but this should be the left, and then the bottom right, Yarbo will divide the map in half and then diagonally throw the snow into that corner and the other corner. So it intelligently moves the snow around for you.
Yeah, it's kind of cool how some of our modules that you would think are so different kind of borrow a little bit of the same technology. When you're using the snowblower,
Yep.
you're using the leaf blower, using the trimmer, they all have that like 16.5 feet where it'll shut off for safety reasons. The trimmer's the
Yep.
same way. You kind of draw lines where you want to trim around your boundary, because obviously if you're working in different areas, you'll draw the line. You can just select the whole thing, so the trimmer will do the whole boundary, so you don't have to draw all around it. Same with the leaf blower. You're going to kind of select where you want the leaves piled up. You could do, with the leaf blower too. I will say, like a lot of people, I know this fall, the new parallel feature on the leaf blower has been a pleasant just surprise and a pleasant game changer out there, where it's now going forward and backwards, blowing the leaves, creating that kind of thing, so you can send them to boundaries without it going forward, turning off, going all the way back, forward, on, turn off, go all the way back. So that's been fun to test out. I've been testing that. I've been playing around. Like I don't know. I think I started doing some leaves like 2-3 months ago, and then now that we're fully transitioned, I only got a couple more days. I've been hiding a stash though, and one of the yard sweeper. So I have that off to the side. So I've been hiding a stash because the building will still come. The building that where it has landscaping. So the guy will just come through and just mulch up all my leaves like on his tractor, the young kid that they got. And I'm like, no, I need these for demos, man. But yeah, so I made sure to go through with the yard sweeper and collect a ton of them. I towed the yard sweeper on the Yarbo too, and went up and collected a bunch of leaves. So I have those. They might be a little randy right now, but I'm not quite sure. We'll see. And then Ken, maybe you could answer this. I know it's a question you get all the time, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you have an update on like trimmer deliveries or anything like that? I know the fall ones are supposed to be coming out shortly.
Yeah, correct. I believe they were. I don't want to speak out of
I
key
know it's
here.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe they were coming early December, delivered to the user.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't, it's just so, I mean, things are like there's so many pieces in place and how things are shipped and where they're coming from. And I'm not a shipping or a logistics type of guy, so I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm just a guy who painfully talks for a living sometimes.
But But yeah, but also if someone has a question, if they have a pre-order in for a trimmer, they're wondering on the delivery date, they can,
Yeah,
just shoot an email to support
yeah,
at yarbo.com and we'll definitely get back to you.
yeah. Somebody who knows the exact answer will get back to you. Somebody with a,
Yeah,
you know,
we did send out a notification. I believe it was like 2 weeks ago to all
oh,
the trimmer
good, good,
pre-orders.
good.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I
look
just
for your
can't remember
emails too. We
offhand.
usually try to email. We usually try to send updates for the email and stuff like that. But we got a little bit time left here. I don't want to keep everybody too late. It's I know probably somebody's preparing a casserole right now, or just getting ready, getting those pies made. If you do want to ship pies to the Yarbo Chicago office, I'm not gonna. No, I'm. Not, I'll be 500 pounds by Consumer Electronics Show. I'll be doing like broad. I'm gonna be pretty plumped by
That would
Consumer
be
Electronics Show
interesting.
after these holidays if I don't watch it. So, but yeah. So I want to remind you guys right now our Black Friday deals, and especially during the live stream right now, you got a few more minutes to get in there, put the things in your cart, click on the products there, place your order. Our Mower Pro bundles, $800 off. Our original Yarbo lawnmower, anywhere from $1,200 to $1,100 off the bundles. You're going to want to jump on that. Our modules are on sale as well. Our Mower Pro's on sale. Our snowblower is $1,000 off right now for Black Friday. And you're going to get a free, anything with a core gets a free back brace mount. Anything the snowblower, you're going to get the snowplow blade for free, plus the back brace mount. Obviously, there's a core on there. And then what was it? The mower, free mower blades. And Kathy keep coming. She's firing away at these questions. I got to get on here. Um, She's faster than I am. Like it's like she'll say, I don't know about Ken, I don't know about you too. She'll send me messages and I'm like going, I'm still reading the on the front. I'm like,
No,
the. I feel like
she's
Dumb and
quick.
Dumber.
She's
Yeah, I
quick.
feel like Dumb and Dumber. I'm like, to hey. Oh, it's the. Like, yeah, so I know. I was like, you did, like, yeah. Okay, what's the difference between the Mower Pro versus the standard mower? Maybe Ken can get on the specs. Like we talked about that briefly earlier about the more commercial grade and where we're going,
Yeah.
and how that. But Ken, if you want to just talk on that real quick, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So, right. So the biggest thing is double the power. Double the power also allows us to run straight blades. Straight blades would be good for, again, rainy season areas where you have to cut in wet, damp conditions. Um, let's see. The other thing is mulching ability, right? So maybe you want to cut your lawn once a week and not twice a week, which you would need to do at a minimum with the micro mulching blades. So that's another one. The other thing is the height. So our standard mower goes down to 1.2 inches and up to 4. On the Pro version, we have a spacer kit you can put in. So you'll lose the 4 inches. That'll go to 3.6 inches, but you'll be able to cut down to 0.8 inches lower. The bottom of the deck is opened up a bit more so that, again, you can cut, thick grass, tall grass, wet grass, and it won't clog up the deck, which a lot of lawnmowers do, even if they happen to have the power to get through that kind of stuff. Um, a slight upgrade on the ultrasonic sensors for suspended objects. Maybe trucks, things like that, swing sets, that type of thing. It does a little bit of a better job at. Um, and yeah, I mean those are pretty much the highlights. So I mean, if you have a well manicured lawn, you don't really care about mulching per se. The lawnmower is a great fit. If
Yeah.
you want the mulching ability, or you want to cut maybe cut more than 6 acres, but you're okay with cutting once a week, you can cover a bigger area that way. And again, if you just want the absolute best quality cut, then the Pro would be the pick. But I run the regular lawnmower, and
Same.
yeah, for me, it's great.
Yeah, I was talking to my wife the other day, and obviously we're coming into dormant season here. Short, not my wife and I, but the grass. We're coming into dormant like season where it stops. And it's like I kind of paused and looked at her and I was like, you know what? I'm like, the grass looks really good this year. Like it looks really good. And I've been micro mulching it all summer and and then I'm trying to like be cognizant of we are, I wanted to talk about a little bit of that too real quick. We are in the winter time. We're winterizing our grass. If you haven't done that already, hurry up because we're gonna get some snow. Get that get the whether or not it be Scots or whatever now, and get the fall lawn food down, get it nice and healthy. Make sure you're getting those leaves up before we get that snowfall. Just get those leaves up, and really just kind of if you do have a Yarbo lawnmower and it's wintertime, just go store it inside, bring it inside, bring it in the garage, whatever not. Maybe clear off some. Maybe you're going to want to clear off the deck a little bit. I know some people out there have been experimenting, and I have too, with some non-stick stuff and doing all that stuff. And I know they do it for the snowblower as well. Some people have been experimenting. There's people out there that are so far ahead of me on the Yarbo stuff that I'm like the in the communities and stuff. I'm like, what? Like this work? What are you doing? You know, like these guys are smart. They're going to give you if you go to our communities, these guys out there, they're going to give you an honest opinion about how it works in real working situations. So you'll have peace of mind with that. You'll have peace of mind that not only when you buy the Yarbo, you're actually joining, I like to say, like a little online community, online family. I know the guys had like was it discourse? Was it, I think the other day, they just volunteer, they
Yeah.
go on there and they talk about Yarbo, and that's kind of cool. I mean, it's cool that they do that, like it's cool that they do that, and they're just out there and giving you real world advice and stuff like that. So maybe if you're thinking, you're on the fence about ordering a Yarbo and you're like going, well, I'm not the best on the tech side. I just want to say neither am I. I'm not. A lot of this stuff is way above me, but I've set it up in my yard. I have it going. I know how to map. I know how to do all the different cuts. I know how to, I know when there's an error message, or I know when something pops up. I know, okay, this popped up. I probably ran over a stick or something and it's jammed. Something's in there, like little problems that you might come up with. And like, and I always tell people, if I can do it, like you can definitely set this up and you can definitely run a Yarbo, because like I was going to say that yesterday, and I was training some people on the Yarbo, and I was like, uh-oh. I was like, anytime I'm the smartest guy in the room, I go try to find like a bigger room. I'm like going, oh man, I'm training people on a Yarbo right now. And then they stole my Pro today. Like they took it, they had to go do a setup today, and they kind of like gingerly knocked on the office door I was sitting in this morning. And they were like, they were all shy to ask me. They were like, they're like, can we take that your Pro? And I was like, yeah, go ahead, take it, have fun. Like go have fun with it. Like I took it from somebody else. I was like, I saw it sitting there one day, and it was like, because we've been shipping them out, and they're very rare for me. I don't have them. We're trying to get them in everybody's hands, and maybe somebody had been doing some testing on one, and they left it there, and it sat there for like 2 days. There was a couple actually, and they had taken some of it apart and two apart. So I went in there at lunch when everybody was out eating, and I went and like put two together, and I put it all together and put a Pro together, and then I took it outside and I was like, it's mine now, nobody can have it. And then oh dude, so yeah, that's how much I wanted to get one of the Pros too. And I tell you what, it's I was using a prototype for a long time, and I loved the prototype. Was great, man. I beat that thing up. So I mean, I pushed it to the limits. Kathy and I did a couple times. I beat it up. But the actual model that I'm using now it's blown my mind every time I've gone out there, especially with the mulching power and just seeing it go over I'll hear it hit a stick, and I just go, and I'll look and I'm like, whoa, it just tore up that stick. I don't recommend driving over sticks. I recommend picking them up. But yeah, so the Pro is really just like boggled my mind. But at home, Ken and I both use our standard lawnmower because we just have regular lawns. We live in suburbia. We have regular lawns, that need that tender TLC cut. So we use that. So we love that as
Yeah.
well. So
I
and like I
I
said,
just want to touch on one of the comments here. Is it
was it tell that guy to
Ag Aggleberry? Before the snow comes, unfortunately, we already have 8 inches of snow on the ground. Next month is really inconvenient for those of us in wintry climates. Love the idea of the snowblower. So I think maybe you're getting confused the snow blade with the snow blower. So
yeah.
right. So the snow blower is what you see operating on the bottom of the screen. So that would come within 7 business days. The snow blade, or really is the snow plow that goes on the front of the snow blower, and that's just really for like slush events, things like that. But really, what you're going to use most of the time is the actual snow blower, and that's what you're seeing at the bottom of the screen. That snow plow is just a small plow that attaches to the front of the snowblower, and that's only for really like very, very heavy slush events where it never really turns into true snow, so you can't snow blow it. You get a couple of maybe 2, 3 inches of slush, something like that. So
Yeah, and I know all our bundles. We have a lot of different bundles and a lot of different attachments, modules. I know sometimes things can get a little confusing as far as what we're talking about. So yeah, feel free to just keep those questions coming like that. We're gonna do about a 5 minute warning, and then because I want to let Ken and Kathy go enjoy we have tomorrow off here, so I want everybody to take some time and go see their kids, have some fun. I heard it got quiet upstairs, so I know my kids just went to bed. So
Same.
thank you for scheduling this live stream right now. I didn't have to put them to bed tonight or give them a bath, but I don't mind doing that. Somebody asked, do you have a package with the trimmer and not the leaf blower? Yeah, the Mower Pro right now with the trimmer is $800 off. Then I think the standard lawnmower with the trimmer is $1,100 off. There's all different kinds of. There it is, right there, $1,100 off. I'm looking at right now. Plus, you're going to get the free back brace mount. Obviously, you're going to get that with the trimmer, anyways. But you'll get an extra set of blades with each mower too. So you're going to want those extra set of blades. The straight blades on the Pro are really cool too. They just look cool. They're like gold. Like they just look cool. I don't know. And it's easy to change blades too. I change blades all the time. With the standard Yarbo lawnmower. I know we recommend changing them every few weeks, but it depends on how much you're cutting, what you're doing. It's really easy to change to just wear, like, anytime you're working on the yard, just wear gloves and just kind of be cognizant of when you're unscrewing things, just to be careful that you are working with blades, So, and I believe the Mower Pro ones those look like they could be taken in and probably be sharpened too. The Pro ones are, but obviously we sell them, so you can just buy them from us as well. It might be actually cheaper to buy them from us than to actually take them in and have somebody sharpen them. I'm not quite sure how much a hardware store these days charges. Nothing's cheap anymore, like nothing's cheap anymore when it comes to stuff. So a couple more minutes left. Get everything in the cart. Get the orders in. This is the Black Friday deals. $800 off all the bundles with the Pro. $1,100 to $1,200 off all the bundles with the standard Yarbo lawnmower. Our snowblower, $1,000 off. Like I said, we're throwing in a free plow blade, a free back brace mount, and with the mowers, free blades. Now, you won't see those in your cart. Give it 24 hours for your order to process. We'll make sure we'll throw everything in there. There goes our snowbot feeds down. So we somebody froze now. So I feel bad. Like I didn't talk about them enough in the snow. Thank you, whoever was in that room. We appreciate you. You're awesome.
Yeah, seriously, I was in that room a week ago. It is cold.
You've been in
Very,
there?
very
You
cold.
should have
Oh yeah.
popped in on a live stream. We should have made this happen. Like all of a sudden, Ken from
Yeah.
I always like it. It's like the Dharma Initiative type of room down there with snow or something. He's got polar bears, you name it. They tried to get me to drive it from here to there, but the delay was about 5 seconds, and I wasn't comfortable driving a piece of machinery, a piece of machinery with a 5 second delay. It was just a little bit. It was like I can't. Like it's kind of like driving, but putting your foot on the gas, and then then it goes 5 seconds later, or 3 seconds, or 2 seconds, and then so yeah, if everybody, thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it. Get those orders in. We want to get so you can take advantage of that Black Friday deal. Everyone, just order now. There you go, popped up. Look at that. That's awesome. I like that. Everyone, we want you to have a blessed Thanksgiving if you're in the United States here. um, just have a good time with your family. I was telling the other day, I was like, just enjoy each other's company. Like we can argue, we can fight, we can do all that stuff other times. Just go there, enjoy. Just love people for who they are and what they do, and talk about your Yarbo. But yeah, I want you to go up there specifically. If anyone's getting on your nerves, just start talking specs on Yarbo. Just throw it at them, Yarbo specs and stuff like that. Go technical wise. You're like, oh yeah, you want to see this robot? You want to see this? So we really appreciate you joining us tonight, though, that we could come here at nighttime, give you guys some offers, give you guys some specials. Maybe you don't see us too much. Ken, you know what? I know you taking time away from your family to be here. We really appreciate that too.
No, yeah, no, I appreciate it too, man. I know you're doing the same, and no, I love these things. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun for sure, and I love the questions. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Yeah, and we'll do this again soon.
Yeah, Kathy, thank you so much. I know you're a little under the weather, and
Yes,
we really appreciate you. She puts in all the hard work for this. We just show up and start
always.
talking, but she's killing it. So, you know, thank you so much. All right, guys, we're
Feel
gonna
better,
end this.
Kathy.
Yeah, if you guys want, you can put things in the cart. We'll probably do a couple more minutes on. You guys can do it. Get your things loaded in the cart. And yeah, man, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And let's do this again real soon, okay?
Alrighty.